What's up, guys? And today, a little bit less than a vlog. Um, I'm really just gonna do something today. Sorry, I'm getting completely distracted. I don't know what's wrong. I'm gonna do something today. So I'm in college. I've told you guys that, and last semester was my first semester of college. I'm a freshman. And last semester, my biology teacher did a really good job at, instead of using his class to strictly teach us the curriculum, he made it a more complex class, I guess you could say, teaching us about COVID-19 and what has been going on, how to keep ourselves safe, and things that do or do not help with COVID-19. But I just wanted to share that with you guys today. Maybe help you guys out just a little bit with what you guys really need to know about COVID-19. Okay, guys, so anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the information that I have been blessed enough to receive through college. And not everybody has that opportunity, so I do want to be able to share with you guys, kind of just pass off what our biology professor has been able to pass to us, the information. He cares enough about us and about people as a whole to let us know what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done, and the information we need to make judgment calls over this time of COVID-19. So I want to relay that to all of you just so you guys have an idea about what you're dealing with if you don't already know about COVID-19. If you do, this could be just more of an informative thing, really. But pretty much what I want to share with you, the biggest thing about COVID-19, the way it's transmitted. Okay, it's transmitted a way that a lot of people have not seen. Like, we really haven't seen the way it's transmissible in another, disease of any kind, really. But the three basic types of transmission you have with COVID-19 are fomite transmission. That's one. We'll cover that in a second. And then you've got droplets. That's another way to for it to transmit through people. And you've also got aerosols. Okay, that's the dangerous one. Keep that one in your head. I mean, they're all dangerous. There's no doubt about it. When it comes to COVID-19, any way to transmit it is dangerous. But aerosols is what we're going to be, really focusing on to try and limit that. But I'm going to go through each one now. Fomite transmission. Fomite transmission, it's, say someone with COVID-19 coughs on their hand, sets their hand on a table, and then leaves, okay? Say you come in, you didn't know they had it, you didn't know they coughed on their hand, you touch that table. The germs are on your hand now. That would be fomite transmission. But the only way for fomite transmission to affect you as a person, let's say you're the person that put your hand on that table and picked up those germs off that table. It's not just going to seep through your skin. That's not how COVID works, okay? It can't do that, all right? Those germs are on your hand. So now you've got to figure out how to get the COVID-19 off your hand. So what's the first instinct? Wash your hands. So basically, you're going to want to keep a good, they've been stressing this too much anyway. Not too much. You can't stress it enough. Keep your hygiene top notch, especially right now with all this going on. But washing your hands would be the obvious way to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? people have been saying you can wear gloves and it will get rid of this. Okay, you can wear gloves and you're not going to get it on your hand, but you're going to have a glove on your hand. Okay, you can't wash the glove. You just have to take the glove off, get rid of it. I mean, if it's a cloth glove, you can wash it, but that's just going to be even worse because you're going to be wearing that cloth glove all day long, right? And that cloth glove, the whole point of foam mount transmission, I just did it, see, without realizing. What did I do? I scratched under my eye, okay? You touch that table, you've got the COVID-19 germs on your hand. Let's say you don't wash your hands for whatever reason. You don't think about it, or, before this, we didn't think about, we got to touch a table and go wash our hands immediately. No, we didn't think about that. So you touch the table, you get the COVID-19 germs on your hand, all right? What do? You rub your eyes, you rub your face, nose, mouth. That's how foam mount transmission is going to get the COVID-19 into you. It's going to affect you. So foam mount transmission isn't really all that dangerous. Keep Germ-X on you. You don't have to wear gloves, okay? Foam mount transmission is not serious enough to the point that we're going to have to wear gloves all the time. It's not going to seep through your skin. Just avoid touching your face, ears, eyes, nose, mouth, anything that will get it into your system. Avoid touching those areas and keep your hands clean. Wash your hands. Very good hygiene is what we need right now. So I can't stress that enough. Plus, it's just, you want to keep good hygiene anyway, or else you're not going to get girlfriend/boyfriend, whatever you want. Next up, we got the droplets, okay? Droplets, when you're talking and you don't mean to do it, but you see a little bit of spit fly out. Like, everybody does it, okay? Let's just face it. Everybody does it without noticing it. Sometimes it just happens. You get too far ahead of yourself or whatever. Those are droplets. They're the bigger particles that come from your mouth, and those do contain COVID germs if you have COVID-19. So let's say, how do we get rid of the droplet? How do we get rid of that being a threat? What we're going to have to do, the droplets don't travel that far, okay? The droplets, you're not going to spit 20 feet away, okay? You're not going to spit 10 feet away. You're just going to want to maintain that 6 feet distance between you and another person. That's why you want to keep the 6 feet difference. That's why they are stressing it, because those droplets. And if you've never thought about it, maybe you have thought about it now. That's why we're wearing the mask, keeping 6 feet apart. Because, yeah, they can't travel that far. But you do need to stay farther away so that you eliminate a chance of you being affected like that. And just keep that in mind when you're going out, see your friends, whatever. During this time, it's a tough time. How do I feel on going to see people? I think I'm not going to say you should just stay home 24/7, not do anything. You need human interaction. You really do. Talk to somebody, see somebody. All I ask is that people do need to maintain some kind of distance between them and another person. Do what you can to prevent what is going on around the country right now. It's going to be too hard to keep everybody at home. There's just no way to do it. We're not a communist country. We can't just force everybody to stay home. You know what I'm saying? So, really, there's no way to just keep everyone at home. You can tell them all you want to. Some people are going to decide that they don't want to. But the best thing to do is try to maintain a distance between you and other people, and just wear a mask. It makes everything so much easier if you wear a mask, or at least carry one with you. you don't think you need a mask, well, just put one in your pocket, bring it anyway. Put one in the car, bring it anyway. Because most businesses are going to require you to wear a mask inside anyway. Why not have one with you at all times just in case you need it? But definitely try to wear a mask around other people. Best way to prevent yourself from getting sick, best way to prevent other people from getting sick if you are sick and you don't know it yourself. Just wear a mask. That's all I can really say on that. And then next up, we have the aerosols. I told y'all this was the dangerous one, the important one. And it is. The droplets come from your mouth. They're bigger. Like I said, it's like when you spit, you don't realize it when you're talking. Aerosols come out they do come out of your mouth as well. They come out the same way. Talking, singing, things like that. Those produce aerosols. And aerosols are very, very small particles. I'm trying to think how big they are just to give you a size up so you know. I think it was, hold on, I've got it right here. It was, okay, so a lead pencil, let's say a basic lead pencil, that's 0.5 millimeters, right? Just a basic lead pencil, 0.5. Okay, we'll say 1/5 of that. That's the size of an aerosol. One-fifth of the size of that 0.5 lead pencil, the little tip, the little piece of lead on it, 1/5 of that. You can't see it. You don't know it's there. That's why it's so dangerous. We really had no study on aerosols. We really had no background with aerosols. And then COVID-19 shows up, and we're forced to learn all of this through the sickness. And not knowing it prevented us from being able to, stop this from happening, prevent something from happening, a large death toll. But we just didn't have the research we needed at the time. And now that we're researching it, we're finding out more about it. But the aerosols, they linger. They don't just disappear. They linger in a non-ventilated room. That's why you're going to want good ventilation to filter those aerosols out. The aerosols, like my biology teacher, he checks the carbon count in the room, the parts per million, to make sure that we're okay. If the parts per million of carbon dioxide rises to 700, I think it is, or 1,000, it's either 700 or 1,000, we have to leave the room. Because that means there's too many aerosols floating around from people talking or whatever during class. By the way, our class is very, very well prepared. We all sit 6 feet apart. We all wear masks. Do not take them off. Nobody talks except for the teacher. Unless you do have a question, then you raise your hand and talk. But you're not going to be talking very much. So we're not producing all those aerosols. All the students are. Just the teacher is, and he keeps a count on it to make sure. He also checks our temperature every day when we come in. That's something else that you guys need to start doing. You need to check your temperature. I'm not saying you got just always pay attention to your temperature, but I'm saying if you decide you want to go somewhere, check your temperature. See what it is. If it's high, then you might want to stay at home. If it's normal, get your mask. Do what you need to do. With aerosols, the thing is, if you're inside of a building and it's not very well ventilated, you are going to have a lot of aerosols. That's why you have the carbon checkers to see how many parts per million are in the air. But and my professor did say something that I do agree with. He said all these restaurants are shutting down. Why don't the restaurants just open windows, put a carbon checker in there, and if people are in there and eating, just have someone watch it. If it rises too high, there's too many aerosols in the air, then just prevent anyone else from coming in. Tell everybody, hey, we're not gonna make you leave. we're just not allowing anybody else in. There are too many aerosols in the air. We could possibly put someone in danger by allowing them in here. And I feel like people would be much more, I don't know what that sound was. People would be much more accepting of that. But that was just a good idea that my professor came up with. I wanted to share. Aerosols do linger in a non-ventilated area. In a very well-ventilated area, you're not going to have a bunch of aerosols. Just because the air is filtering them out, they're dissipating in the air. Aerosols can travel up to 6 feet as well. That is why people see droplets do not travel. They're heavier. They fall. Aerosols float, so they will travel 6 feet. That's also why we need to maintain the distance, and we need to wear a mask. But the thing about this is, why would you wear a mask outside? Hold on, let me rephrase that. If you're outside, if you go outside, you're on a hike or you're at the lake or whatever with your family, a mask isn't really needed, because if you're just with your family, you live with them anyway. I mean, you're not gonna wear a mask at home. They're your family. You don't have to wear a mask around them, and you're gonna be outside as long as you don't have anybody else close by. You don't really have to wear a mask, because, like I said, maintain the 6 feet distance, and the aerosols are just going to dissipate into the air. And so really, when I see people outside, like in their car, and they're wearing a mask, or I see them walking down the street wearing a mask, it confuses me. Yeah, if you're in the car with somebody else, you're going to want to wear a mask, but how about just don't get in the car with anyone else? Not right now. If you do, go ahead, put that mask on, crack the windows, get some ventilation going, and you guys should be fine. But if you're just walking down the street, unless if you come across somebody, you guys are going to want to look away from each other, separate yourselves a little bit. But otherwise, you're not going to need a mask just to walk down the street. I mean, like I said, when you leave the house, everybody should just have a mask in their pocket or in their car at this point, because it's just become basic life for us now. But this is just some things that I thought I would share with you guys to help you out, let you know, because I know these things really changed my view on the whole COVID-19 thing. See, at first, did not take it seriously. When it first started, I was a senior in high school. It was the end of my senior year, and it did not really faze me. It did not affect me. I thought it just gonna breeze away, and it didn't. So when I started college last semester, and my biology teacher decided that he was going to teach us about COVID-19, I was really intrigued, honestly. It taught me some things that I was not expecting to learn. Taught me some valuable life skills for how we live now. It's valuable knowledge, it really is. It's valuable knowledge to have all of this just in your brain, or wherever you may have it, or like I have written down in notes. It's even better. But I just thought I would share this with you guys. Since it has drastically changed all of our lives, this is something that may or may not help you. If it does, be sure to let me know. Like the video. Subscribe for more content. I have been posting recently, and I will be continuing to post, but this is just something I really felt like needed to be out there, so this is me throwing it out there. If you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate to ask me. because I can answer these questions, or if I can't, I'm sure my professor can, and he would not mind a bit for me to shoot him a text and tell him, hey, one of my YouTube followers has a question. He would text me right back and be like, okay, let me know. And then I'd ask him the question. He'd be perfectly fine with it. So you guys have any questions at all, let me know over this or anything covering COVID-19. Feel free to ask me. I will do my best to answer it. And if I can't answer it, I will get the answer for you from a reliable source. But as I said, this is a very reliable source. Came from my college professor. And he also had his sources on there, which I can't get the sources. If you guys do want to see the sources, let me know. I will show you guys all of the sources for my information. But if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to comment or DM me on Instagram, whatever you need to do to get a hold of me. And I will answer your question to the best of my abilities, and if I can't answer it, I will get the answer for you. But aside from that, that's just, I just wanted to inform you guys, let you know, you know what I'm saying? It may not have been helpful. I may not have helped you guys at all. I really have no idea. But I hope I did in some way. So I guess that'll be all for today's video. So I will see y'all next time, fam. And y'all be careful. Bye.